let me give the one idea that I always end with when I talk about these issues, because mostly I talk to college students and try to keep them their hopes and dreams alive, because they can get very depressed at times like these, because it's unusual for them and it's not for the rest of us, unfortunately. But here's my one thing, and that is that you should listen to some words of my father. He haunts me every day, and he's going to haunt you now. And he used to say two things to me. He used to say, Gina, he didn't really care what I ended up being when I grew up, but he always said, you've always got to fight the good fight. That's the issue. Fight the good fight. And the second thing is, when I used to whine a lot, he used to say, Gina, can you just pull up your big girl pants and do something? And so what I'm telling all of you is, pull up your big girl pants, your big boy pants, and your gender neutral pants, and do something. Don't just sit there and mope. That's it.
Great. Governor Inslee.
Everyone in the United States who's a citizen has a very powerful tool. We all are equal in this regard, regardless of our station of life, and as we get a vote. And that's a precious right. And I would suggest that we make a decision. We do not vote for people who embrace racism. We do not vote for people who embrace misogyny. And we do not vote for climate deniers. And if we all reach that agreement, good policies are going to get adopted.
Great. Aaron.
So we've heard a lot about partisanship and how the nation seems divided, and I think about that a lot because the progress on this issue has not been as fast as I think many people would want. And you also look at other things that have happened in recent days. As a pediatrician, there have been rollbacks of pesticide protections, water protections, and I ask myself, why are we doing this? What's going on? Why do we have governance that's essentially acting not in the people's interest? And if you really take a minute to think about that, you realize that, there's a lot of money in politics that's not speaking on behalf of the people. So we all do get a vote, but we're all being told to hate each other. We're all being told that the other person is stupid. We're all being told the other person's arrogant. And from people who have the position to do that. So I think when we look at all these issues, we need to seriously consider how we fund and spend money in political campaigns. And I think while that's not the immediate solution to the issues we face, it underlies a large share of what we're facing. And let's not kid ourselves. For all the amazing work that goes on in this school of public health, the medical school, the schools of public health and medicine, and the amazing potential that knowledge makes possible, it's only as good as the governance with which it meets. And if we don't have public servants who can act in the interest of the public, that knowledge will not meet its full potential. So I think it's really important for us to consider. $6 billion were spent in the last campaign cycle on elections in this country. $6 billion. So whose voice is that representing? And I think the answer is obvious. It's not equal. So we need to think about how that plays into these decisions that are, in my view, clearly not in the interests of people's health in this country.
Okay. Dr. Smith.
Yeah, so I think these are complex problems and they're going to require complex solutions. And so rather than wasting time when you're having arguments about what's the best thing to do, we need to do all of the above. And everyone who has an interest in this can find partners who are taking a slightly different approach. If we all do that together collectively, we have a much more powerful impact.
Great. Anne, that leaves it with you.
So I get really frustrated when the environment is characterized as a partisan issue. It is not, and it shouldn't be. And I think every single one of us has to create our own policy and can't just simply delegate it to others and then hide behind that as an excuse for inaction. So I bookend what Gina said. This is on all of us, and it's activism, but even more importantly, it's solving the problems. And they are complex problems that require really complex and global solutions. So let's get to work.
Great. That wraps it up. I want to say thank you to all of our panelists here and remotely. Thank you to the audience in the room, and thank you to all of you who are watching this online, both live and later on.